Hello, this is a quick video to explain how I can use Ollama to run a large language model on my machine, right? There are a few simple steps. So first is you go and download Ollama. That is for your operating system. So if you're on Mac, download Mac. If you're on Windows, download Windows. I am using Mac, so I will go ahead and download Ollama for Mac, right? So once Ollama is downloaded on your machine, you will see that there is a small service that is running here. So this is the Ollama service. You can see that that runs, right? Now Ollama itself comes with many number of models that we can download and run it locally on our system for inferencing, right? So one of the models that I am interested in is the Granite model. So here is my, here is some instructions on the Granite model, how I can run this Granite models locally on my machine, right? So there are different types of models that I can run. I can run a Granite 3 dense model. I can run a model with 8 billion parameters, and there are other set of models with features I can run, right? So let's just take a look at how I can run this model on my machine. So here I have my Visual Studio. So all I have to do is, once I have installed Ollama, all I have to do is Ollama run Granite dense 8B model, right? So once I run this command, the large language model gets pulled on your machine, in this case my MacBook, and it downloads and it is ready to serve, right? So once it's ready to serve, you will get some kind of a message saying it's success, and then the model is now being hosted locally on your system, right? And we can run a small Python application to test this out, right? So here is my Python application that I can use this to test this out. Now here is a small description on what the application is trying to do. We are trying to build a small Python application that uses the best practices of writing a good proposal. So if you look at this, look at this Excel sheet, in a proposal there are a lot of words that are used to write a proposal, and based on years of experience of the team, they have come up with some best practices of what words should not be used and what is the appropriate usage of those words, if any. So for example, if in a proposal, if we cannot say it's a best team, because there is no way to determine what constitute a best team, right? It is never appropriate in a professional content and always inappropriate, right? However, let's take a look at another word. For example, complete. See, avoid describing services or deliverables in absolute terms, right? The project team needs to complete analysis work before the holiday break. Now, this puts IBM's interest, or any organization's interest when they are writing the proposals, in risk, right? So the appropriate word for this is IBM will develop a complete set of test cases, right? Is a very inappropriate uses. What is appropriate uses? The appropriate usage is you have to describe specific terms using an all-embracing term like IBM will develop a set of test cases that meet the agreed criteria, right? So that's a more appropriate usage. Now these are best practices of writing a proposal. So you can see that these best practices are documented in form of an Excel sheet, right? So you have words, phrases, you have explanation, you have appropriate usage, inappropriate usage, and there is a suggested change, right? Now what we want to do in this Python application is that take a proposal document, any proposal document that has sort of described the services, and identify whether these keywords are being used, and if these are used, then mark those keywords that mark them appropriately as appropriate, or or highlight the the incorrect usage of those words, and based on these instructions try and recreate the proposals, right? So basically there will be a document that is uploaded, and then what the Python application does is it looks at the CSV, it flags these words in the document, and also also recreates the proposal based on this information using the large language model. So in this case, because everything is running on my system, I'm able to run this application and call the large language model hosted in Ollama, right? So let's take a look at this. So this is my whole Python application, which is actually running on which is running on port 8000. So what I will do is I'll just quickly showcase these application. So this application is called proposal checker. So it will take an input. In this case, let's just take an input. So these are various sample proposals. So here, let me just select one of these sample proposal. Let's say a sample, and then I go and analyze this proposal. See what happens is this calls my Python program, which actually identifies all these keywords, flags them, the words and the keywords, and regenerates this whole whole proposal, right? Then this can be copied, and the proposal can be updated, right? So this is how I can use Ollama on locally on my machine, and use the appropriate models, in this case IBM Granite, and use in my Python application, and run the application, right? So this concludes the video. Thank you.